All right, Kombat Konvo, you know what it is, man. Like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. So today I'm going to be reacting to Hogan saying that he was addicted to fentanyl and it wasn't his fault. So let's get to it, man. Shout out to Esh. We'll be back tomorrow doing a show together. So let's go.
Where through all those surgeries, the doctors are just banging me with these pills and different things. And the thing that stopped me, the thing that shut me down completely, where I said enough's enough, is when they hit me with the fentanyl stuff. They almost killed me with that stuff. So that's when I said, I'm done. You know, and I didn't even know they gave it to me. But morphine and Dilaudid and none of that stuff worked on my back. I'd had so many surgeries. If I just moved, if I say I'm just barely moving my little finger, I just moved my leg that much, I'd just scream like a wounded animal because everything was so torqued. And then there's one night when I don't know what I was taking. I guess they had me on the fentanyl things you stick up under your gums and the patches on my legs and the lollipops. Remember one night my body just completely torqued and my head and shoulders were facing the opposite way. And it took a bunch of EMTs to get me out of the house. And when I came back,
damn, that's crazy. So he said his body was twisted in the opposite way. And his waist and his back. See, it was like contorted. You know what I'm saying? Like a contortionist. Like, that's why I say, man, you gotta watch what they give you, man. These doctors and these EMTs, because they just give you whatever. Because in their head, they looking at it like it's helping you because it's very strong, but you looking at it like you can become addicted to this stuff. But I'll talk about that a little later.
I said, that's it. I'm done. You know, and I called one of my buddies in LA and they prescribed the fentanyl to me. And the insurance didn't cover it, so it was $2,000 every 2 days. And the pharmacist says, I've never seen anybody on so much fentanyl and still be alive. And so that was the prescription they were giving me because my back was so bad. They cut on me so much and compromised the structural integrity of my back by cutting so much bone away that I was just a mess, you know. And so 1 year, if I went to LA, another buddy of mine in Atlanta said I can get you off it in 6 months. And I laid out everything I had, and I said, I'm going to get off this crap in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I had these 150 milligram patches that go on my...
Man, that's crazy. So they was basically telling him that it's going to take 6 months and sometimes longer for you to get off of this. And he's saying, nah, I'm getting off this joint in 2 weeks. I don't care. I don't care. It's hard, man. It's hard.
Legs, and they would give me these 280 fentanyl pills, and you'd have to stuff them under your gums in the morning and then at night. And they were giving me 15 of these 1,500 milligram lollipop things to eat during the day. That's how drugged up they had me. And in 2 weeks, I laid it all out, and I told my ex-wife at the time, I'm going upstairs, bring me about 15 gallons of water. I don't want to see anybody. And first thing I did was cut the patches in half and put them on my legs like an idiot. And I called my pain doctor and told him what I did. He goes, take that shit off your legs. That's how people overdose. You know, because they're time released. And here I'm cutting them in half and putting them on my legs, so I'm getting the full blown.
Oh no!
Yeah, so I pulled them right off. Thank God. I mean, I called him right away to tell him what I did, and so that would have been my first mistake, you know. But I sat up there, and I was there almost 2.5 weeks, and I sweated through the bed, all the way through the mattress and stuff several times. I had people come in and check on me, and I saw my ex-wife's teeth come out and talk to me. I saw a plastic squirt gun come out of her chest, and this is coming off the fentanyl.
Wow, that's crazy. Yo. Oh my God. So he's saying that he was hallucinating that her teeth came in her mouth and was chattering, and a plastic squirt gun came out of her chest. Yo, that's wild. That's wild as hell. Stay off drugs, man. Listen, don't ever do drugs. Don't ever do drugs.
Came off the fentanyl, I'd lost 35 pounds.
Wow.
And never Well, the only other time I had it was when and I was clean, completely done. The only other time I had it was after a shoulder surgery when I got an infection. They had me on a drip line. And I kept telling the infectious disease doctor, I feel like my light's going out, brother. Every time I do a 2-hour drip in the morning and a 2-hour drip at night, I feel like my light's going out, like I'm slowly dying. And, the infectious disease doctor goes, well, I give this same dose to 80-year-old ladies. You need to man up. So I went, okay. I'll man up. And about day 13, I went down. And I told my housekeeper, I said, Jay, I feel like I'm going to faint. And I passed out. Did the splits, balls and butt on the ground. Never done the splits in my life. Hip pops out, knee replacement pops out. And when I wake up, the EMTs are sticking a needle in my arm. I'm going, what is that? And they're going, oh, we're giving you something for pain. I said, well, what is it? They go, fentanyl. I went, oh, my God. So they shot me up with fentanyl. I didn't even know it, but I didn't get back on the train again, you know what I'm saying? But since then, after having 25 surgeries in 10 years, since then, when I drink my coffee in the morning, if I'm really, really hurting, I'll eat 2 Tylenols. And then later in the day, if it was to get really bad, because I need a cup of coffee about 4 in the afternoon because I'll start to nosedive. Sometimes I'll take 2 more Tylenols later in the day. Sometimes I won't, but done with it all. That's why the stuff we brought in, what I've seen with all my buddies and all my wrestlers, there's got to be a better way than these opioids and crap,
Oh, man. Wow. Hulk Hogan always been a fascinating person to me. I always thought that he was like surreal. Like he would go in that category of like Michael Jackson to me. I think he's a living legend. And it's like, but to see him say that, like, if you haven't seen this podcast, you gotta go watch it. It's pretty interesting, man. Pretty interesting. But stay off for drugs. Don't use drugs. Don't do drugs. I'll tell a quick story. I had something wrong with my arm, and I was in the gym, and I think I pulled a nerve in my back, and I had this shooting pain going down my arm. So I'm panicking. I'm thinking, like, what the hell is going on? What is this? What is this? So I go online. I start reading some stuff, and lo and behold, it says that it could be linked to a heart attack. So I'm like, what? So I run to the hospital, and the doctor asked me, did I read anything online? I said, yeah. He said, what did it say? I said I was having a heart attack. And he said, no. He said sometimes that happens, but not in this case. He said, you work out? I said, yeah. He said, let me feel. So he felt my shoulder. He said, I feel some swelling. He said, you probably pulled a nerve or pulled a muscle that hit a nerve or something like that, he said. So I'm like, all right. So they gave me certain things. So they gave me a steroid, well, a pack of steroids. They gave me 800 milligrams of Advil. They gave me a muscle relaxer and a lidocaine patch, I believe that's what it's called. And he said, take this when you get home. He said, I'm going to give you some now. He said, you have somebody to drive you? I said, no. He said, well, how far do you live? And I said, I live up the street, not too far. Maybe like 2 minutes away from me. He said, all right. He said, can you walk home? And I said, no. He said, well, I don't want to give you this. And I said, well, look, I'll take it when I get home. Like that. So he said, okay. Then he said, no, I can't do that. You just take it now. And he said, and just take it and go. He said, it's going to make you drowsy or tired. So I'm like, all right. So I took it, signed everything. I left. Got home. And usually how I would gauge the pain is I would sit down. And I went to sit down and the pain was gone. It was literally gone. It was like it was never there. It was gone. I said, there's no way in the world that I've been hurting for the last 2 weeks. And I'm talking like this pain was ungodly. And I take 3 pills and it goes away like that. Just gone. I stopped taking it. I said, there's no way in the world I'm going to continue to take this stuff. Because if I can take this and the pain goes away, and then let's say I become addicted to it because I don't want the pain to come back. I'm going to keep going back and back and back and back. So I stopped taking it. So when I stopped taking it, it hurt for like maybe, the pain went away, but it came back. It hurt for like a week later. And then that was it. And now my finger, my pinky is numb. It's been numb for a while. And I looked that up and it said it's linked to some type of nerve and I will have to get surgery. And that's not happening. So it is what it is. But shout out to Hogan, man. That was a great, great, great segment, man. And me and S will be back with some more segments. See ya. Peace.